Welcome to the JAMODI podcast, where we interview coaches and leaders to find out not just what they do, but how they do what they do. Becoming the best version of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. Man, being a part of so many teams, and like you said, some of your Utah teams were really close. What makes a great team culture?
Well, I think good leadership, first and foremost. I think honestly, it starts with the organization. That's the most important thing. You look at some of the best and most successful organizations. Usually, it starts at the top with the owner and on down. And so, you look at like the Spurs and you see what they've been able to do over years, and teams like that where it just starts at the top, and they just have this way of doing business that works. And I think the Jazz are one of those teams where they've always had good ownership. They just finally sold after, over 30 years of the same owner and ownership group, and they got a really good one now. So I think that's kind of where it starts, but it's also in the locker room. You got to have the right guys, the right fit, and then guys got to like each other. A lot of time there's guys that just really don't get along, and it's gonna be hard to have a good chemistry.
Isn't that nuts? I mean, I've only done high school coaching, and I haven't been to near the levels that you've been at. But it is amazing, those teams that seem to have success and sustained success are the ones that, man, they can just stand being around each other day in, day out. Not always best friends.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's tough. Anytime you see, when you're on a basketball team, especially an NBA team, there's 6, 7, 8 months, depending on how far you go, where you see you see those guys every single day. Even off days, you're still coming in for treatment, and you might come in and get a workout. There's of course there's days off where you don't see anybody, but for the most part, you're seeing somebody 6 days a week.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.